but I got connected with John Kabat-Zinn, and I started working at the Center for Mindfulness, which back in those days was UMass Medical Center, Department of Preventive and Behavioral Medicine, and we were part of the stress reduction program. And so I started teaching what they call mindfulness-based stress reduction. And at the same time, Phil was teaching he was doing a workshop. It was like a fantasy weekend. It was called Beyond Basketball. And John Kabat-Zinn was teaching teaching healthcare providers a 2-week course for, like a course at, mindfulness-based stress reduction. And so he knew Phil, and so him and Phil were talking, and this was the summer of '93. And Phil was expressing, or actually Phil's wife, June, was at the time, was expressing the fact that Phil wanted somebody to come in and help the team work with the stress of success, because they had just won 3 NBA championships in a row. And of course, I was a prime candidate because I've been involved with elite athletes and Dr. J, so I had a lot of street cred. And besides, a lot of them came from the same neighborhoods I came from. So they decided that I'd come to training camp and work with the guys, deal with the stress of success. But in the meantime, Michael Jordan's father got murdered, and Michael retired. So they were in full-blown crisis when I went to meet with them in October of 1993. And then that was the beginning of my foray into the athletic domain, teaching. And I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew I wanted to serve, and I knew that the Dharma was a way to not only alleviate or reduce suffering, if not eliminate it. It was a really good. It made you flow ready. So I played sports, and I know people know about being in flow, and so just being able to talk to the fellas about flow and being a spiritual warrior, that sort of stuff. So that was, like I said, I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that if I could just be still, if I knew that I would just listen, I just wanted to serve. So there was I had no idea, but there was no trepidation. There was no fear. I knew that I could help. And so that's how I got into it. And it was, like probably naive on some level, but sometimes having that unshakable belief, that faith that if it could help me do what I did, hell, I could help anybody. If I could do it, anybody could do it. So